As we learn more about creating a compelling and well-ranking website, it's easy to convince ourselves that the only pages that matter are the ones related to what we sell. Product pages, educational blog articles, landing pages. But if we limit ourselves to only focusing on those pages, we're missing out on an entire, very important category that I'll call helpful pages. Hi, I'm Mike Phillips. In this lesson, we're going to be studying what helpful pages are, why they're important from an SEO perspective, 3 key takeaways for you to make sure you get right, pitfalls that I want you to avoid, as well as some homework for you to practice on your own. Let's get started. Let's begin with what helpful pages are. These are usually administrative pages, contact us, privacy policy, about the company or the brand. At first glance, these may not seem necessarily important to driving revenue, but if you dive a little bit deeper, there is a huge business impact to each of these pages. To start with contact pages, these are oftentimes the most high-volume lead driver for your website. Even if you are not using the Contact Us page as a lead harvesting form, that doesn't mean that users won't shortcut to it when needing to contact you. If you sift through the Contact Us form completions at any company, you will find a great number of lead requests. I want to purchase. How much does it cost? When will you be in my area? When will this be back in stock? All of those are declared buying intent, and they have come through your Contact Us page. When it comes to About Us pages, they're often treated as a second thought, a secondary focus, not as important as the rest of the site. But oftentimes, buyers will navigate to the About Us page to learn more about you. They want to go here to identify with you as a seller, and if they can relate to you, they will trust you and do more business. Lastly comes policy pages. Often insisted upon by a legal department or an advisor, these pages cover things like privacy, data management, and other legal requirements depending on the nature of your business. But just because they are required doesn't mean they're any less important. Oftentimes, having the complete and proper information on your policy pages is essential to ranking well. Now that we understand the business context of these helpful pages, I want to talk about 3 key areas of focus that you should have from an SEO perspective. The first area of focus, as it always should be, is thinking about the user. The goal for these pages is to provide the information that your users are looking for. I recommend beginning by asking yourself some key questions. Why is the user on this page? What is their searching intent? Why would they want to navigate here? These pages are less about what you want to share and more about answering what your searchers are interested in learning. The best way to answer these questions is to ask a few of our own. Let's look at a few ways that we can investigate the user to understand what they would want to see. I would ask, where did this visitor come from? Did they come from Google? In that case, what were they searching for? Did they come from an email? And if so, was it one of ours? Was it a referral? What kind of email was it? And lastly, was it a third-party website referral? If so, where was this hyperlink placed? What relation does that site have to us? Was it an earned backlink or some other form of PR? The importance of asking all these questions is so that you can make sure you're delivering to that visitor relevant content. If your visitor is coming from search, you should make sure that you understand their queries and that you're providing a quality answer to those questions. If your visitors are coming from an email link, you should try to understand how you are earning that attention if it's not an email that you yourself sent out. And lastly, if you're getting referral links from other sites, you should look at how long they've been linking to you. Are these authoritative and are they updated? Make sure that the content on your site is both timely and relevant based on where those sites are linking from. There is a second line of questioning within this area of focus that you should think about, and that is, what information do your users and visitors want to know? A deeper question is, why are they searching at all? Since a single page can only deliver so much information, you need to have a clear understanding of the searcher's intent. What is the goal that they want to achieve? What unknown are they looking to fill? Visitors' search intent is critical, especially when it points them add a Contact Us page or an About Us page. Oftentimes, an About Us search could be someone trying to vet the background of your company, either as a customer or perhaps even as a partner. Reporters will oftentimes use the About Us and Contact pages to contact you, and this could be new PR for your company. Other times, some searches are less about discovery and more about facilitating easy access. They may Google phone number of a dentist near me, or they'll even Google Dr. So-and-so's phone number. This kind of searching is someone probing directly at a piece of information for a known brand. This is high-intent searching from an established brand awareness. This is where a Contact Us and About Us page shine. If your credentials are listed on your About Us page, and if your contact information is very clear on your Contact Us page, those two pages become instantly good answers for queries like this. It's especially helpful when it comes to leveraging authority. If you have any certifications or credentials that are relevant to your buyer, make sure they are listed on these helpful pages. However you're answering these questions and whatever the buyer intent, remember that less is more. On these helpful pages, it is about a quick and direct answer to a question. This is not a time to sell or to drive traffic elsewhere. This is about providing immediate, authoritative, and trustworthy answers to these direct questions. The second area of focus I would like you to have when thinking about helpful pages is what goal will you have for the visitor after they're visiting one of these pages? Once they find the information they're looking for, what will a user do next? That is the question that an SEO specialist should have when considering helpful pages like Contact Us, About, and Policy. Again, it makes no sense to directly sell someone from a Contact Us page or About Us, but there are still specific actions within answering the questions that brought them there that make sense to keep them engaged with your brand. The most obvious of which would be the Contact Us page. If they are arriving there to find information, oftentimes Contact Us has a number of ways to contact the company. Things like call now, email us, get in touch, are simple conversational languages that point directly at a desired action. And importantly, that desired action is directly relevant to the search intent that brought them to that Contact Us page in the first place. In this way, you're holding true to the axiom that every page needs a CTA, a call to action. But you're also matching that call to action to the context of what helpful pages give to your visitors. For another example, the About Us page can also have a call to action. Perhaps after telling the founding story of your brand, or a vision that you have for the future, or the value proposition that you bring to the market, you can offer them to learn more. You could potentially hyperlink within the story or at the bottom. Hyperlinks within the story or buttons elsewhere on the page can lead your visitors to get deeper answers if they are inspired by what they see on the About Us page. And deeper engagement is important because that increases your authority through their engagement on your site and ultimately can drive new revenue for your business. The policy pages of your website might feel like the driest ones in your sitemap, but they too can have meaningful calls to action. If a visitor is viewing your policy pages, let's say for example a privacy policy, they may be conscientious about where their data is being stored and how it is being used. This could be an opportunity for you to offer them to connect with you if they have more questions. If you have a deeper page about the values that your company has, and those values align with your policy, that could be another opportunity for them to go deeper in learning more about your business and why you have the policies that you do. Again, whichever helpful page your visitor is on, there is room for a call to action that can deepen their journey and increase their trust in your brand. For the third area, I want to dive even deeper onto privacy policies. Ultimately, a privacy policy is a safeguard. It safeguards you and your business, and it also safeguards your visitor and your customers. Bear in mind this mutual benefit when you consider this content. If you are collecting data on your customers, I recommend you explain exactly what it is that you collect, why you are collecting it, and how you are taking care of it. The importance here is transparency, accuracy, and honesty. not just to earn the trust of our customers, but also to remain in compliance with laws and regulations relevant to your industry. The most important factor here is that you are using plain and easy to understand language. Yes, I know this is not necessarily common practice on every website, but you will stand out for having done this. Customers will trust you more. It also makes it easier for you to enforce and develop a relationship with your customers by shepherding and stewarding the data you're collecting. There are clearly many pitfalls if you ignore some of these areas of focus. I wanted to go through a few of them now. Number one is being non-compliant with national, international, or even industry-specific regulations. If your privacy page is not easy to find and explicit, you can find yourself in hot water in these instances. To have a viable Contact Us page, you need to have the right information on it. Lacking key information or increasing friction to engage and take advantage of that contact information can reduce ranking, but it will also leave leads on the table, and that would reduce revenue for your business. And lastly, underinvesting in a proper About Us page can leave a gap of trust, where users are looking for more backstory for your company and simply not finding it. The downside here is that you may look like you have something to hide, even if that's not the case. So we've gone through the three types of helpful pages: Contact Us, About Us, and Policy. We've talked about three focus areas that help you execute these pages well. Now it's time for some homework for you to practice what you've learned. Your homework is to dive in on the driest subject matter there is: policy pages. I recommend going to the Better Business Bureau's website. Here, there are sample policy pages that you can review. Find ones that are relevant to your brand, either through similar niches or direct competitors. But make sure that you read thoroughly and adjust the language to suit the way you handle data, privacy, and other customer interactions. Take some time to investigate all the questions your customers may have from a compliance and legality standpoint, and make sure those questions are answered clearly here. Once you have compiled everything for completeness, make sure you read through it for clarity. Try to convert the language to plain voice. A starting point that came from a dry legal website may not have this, but you can add it as the SEO specialist, and it will only build trust with your visitors who read it. You've reached the end of this video. We've studied what helpful pages are and the business context that they have. We've talked about why they matter to SEO specialists, as well as three key areas of focus to help you execute them well. Thank you so much for learning with me. I'm Mike Phillips, and remember, just because helpful pages aren't product related doesn't mean they can't have a positive impact on your business.